without grouping the sheets, step 6, make the following calculations in both worksheets. In cell B10, enter a COUNTIF function to determine how many types of different tulips. Okay, so in step 6, we need to be back on the bulbs page, just so you know. COUNTIF function to determine how many different types of tulips are in stock on the bulb sheet and how many different evergreens are in stock in the worksheet. So we're in B10, different types, and we want a COUNTIF. You know what? Equals COUNTIF function to determine how many different types of tulips. So in our COUNTIF, what we want to count is tulip types, right? And that would be in our categories. So we're going to go parentheses and click cell C15. And the range we want to go to is cell C42, right? But what we need to do is then tell it to look for tulips. Alright, so that would be a parentheses, and that would be an enter. So I did make a spelling mistake. I think I forgot the S in tulips, and we've got it now. We took our range of C15 to C42 for the categories, and we said please look for tulips, and we have 5 types of tulips. We need to do the same thing for evergreens. So we're going to come over here for trees. We're going to click in cell B10. We're going to go equals COUNTIF. We're going to, and we don't need ifs, we only have one argument, okay? And then we're going to click in, again, categories. So we want F15. We're going to go F15, and our range is to F42. But again, we want to focus on evergreens, so you do want to make sure you spell it right. And close your quote and close your parentheses. So you've got the range F15 to F42 looking for evergreens. And when we do that, we get 4 different types of evergreens. And that's the end of step 6. Step 7, without grouping the sheets, make the following. So the reason why we're not grouping is our sheets aren't identical. So you would want identical sheets if you were going to start grouping. So back where I was at, in cell G14, type stock level. So I'm going to come back to the first one again. G14, which is right here. I'm going to type stock level. And cell C15, enter an if function to determine the items that must be ordered. If quantity in stock is less than 75, then the value if true order. Otherwise, the value if false is okay. So we want to fill that formula down the rows. Okay. So we're working in cell G15, and we're being asked if the quantity in stock, look over here, here's your quantity in stock. I'm going to go ahead and bold that for you so you know where we're going from. Okay. Is less than 75, then we want to order. So we go equals if with a parentheses. And we're coming back here. If this range here, A15 to A42, okay, so we clicked, and so A15 we dragged to A42, or you can go A15 colon A42. And if that is less than, so that's above your comma, 75, we put a comma, then we want to order. and we put the word order in quotation marks. I'm going to go back up here into my formula bar. I wanted order to go ahead and have a capital O. And we're working back up in the formula bar now. If we order, and then if not, say maybe it's 75 or more, we put a comma, and then we just say, hey, capital, it's okay. We don't need to reorder. So your formula is an if statement. If the range A15 to A22 in one of those cells is less than 75, we need to order. If it's 75 or more, it's an okay status. And we hit enter, and we can actually flash fill this column. We just come over here and double click, and it is telling us right now we need to order daffodils. Those are the yellow hoop. We need to order jonquils, decorative glory, top mix yellow, Azantadesia mix. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and save on that formula, and I think we need to do it to our other cell as well. And so 14, stock level, determine. But do it in both sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and we're going to go ahead on over to trees. We're going to come over here to G14 and type stock levels, and then we're going to do an if formula. We go equals if parentheses, and again we want to look at our stock levels from A15 down to A42, so I just highlighted that. You can also type it, and if that is less than 75, then we want to quote order with a capital order. And if it's not, if it's 75 or more, then everything's okay. We don't need to order. We just need a parentheses. Alright, we do need to order our Stewart grafted pecans. We're going to double click to autofill the column, and it looks like we get a few more things to order too, including shade trees and fruit trees. And we're going to save, and that is the end of step 7.